If you've been diagnosed with osteoporosis or osteopenia, there's a couple of movements that you should avoid if you practice yoga. What happens a lot is if we take yoga classes, we follow a video, we go to a class, and everyone's encouraging you to do these deep forward folds. You're not too sure what to do, and you're not too sure what alternative you should do that's healthy for you and your body. I'm going to show you the most fabulous alternatives to do if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia and you want to take yoga and you don't want to do those deep forward bends that they do in a lot of yoga classes. So the two forward bends that we're talking about are seated forward bends and standing forward bends. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So often you go to a yoga class or you follow a yoga video or you look at a picture and you're told to go into this relaxing forward fold, something like this. And you get your hands to the floor, you get your hands under your feet. And this is all right, but if you have osteoporosis, you don't want to have this rounding of the back. So what do you do instead? You do a healthy hip hinge. So that would entail having some kind of support, let's say 2 yoga blocks. And then when you're instructed to go over, or you think you should go over and touch the floor, instead you hinge from your hips and you get your hands on the support and you keep your back long. So let's say you're trying to do this and you still feel like your back is rounded. Don't give up. Just make your support higher. So what I do in our classes and my sessions is that we just make this a little bit higher so that when you come over, you don't need to strain to touch the floor. You have this support. So that's the number one thing, that instead of doing a deep forward bend and trying to touch the floor and around your back and feel icky, you do this super fabulous hip hinge. And if your teacher has any questions about why you're doing that, you say, I have osteoporosis, I don't want to do a deep forward bend. But what about sitting down? So let's say you're sitting like this, and you think, or you're told, that you should do this relaxing, introspective forward bend, something that looks like this. Now, this is fine if you're able to do this, but if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, or you just have some deep arthritis in your hips or back, this is not going to feel good. And yoga is supposed to feel good. So instead of forcing yourself to go into any kind of forward bend like this, you use your trusty yoga blocks instead. And you push the yoga blocks into the floor and you lift yourself up. And then again, you work on hinging from the back. Now, you don't need to go over a lot. Going over a lot doesn't mean you're enlightened. It just means you're going over a lot. Instead, lift, stretch, breathe. Because remember, the goal of yoga is to feel better, not to hurt yourself, not to cause you any stress or anxiety about whether you're doing the stretches, the movements correctly. Give those two alternatives a try. Know that exercise works when you know how to work it. But the key is to make sure it works for you. Let me know in the comments below if this was helpful for you, and let me know if you have any questions about how to adapt your exercise program or a particular exercise to work for you.